All right, so we're going to begin on our backs in a Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet come together, knees come apart. Make yourself comfortable for a moment. Yep. And really feel your feet come together. Once again, I'll try and demonstrate as much as I can without falling on my face, so you have a good visual. Feet together, and decide, do you want them a little closer? Do you want them a little further apart? It doesn't really matter. Make yourself feel good here. Turn your palms open. Feel the back of the shoulder blades rest on the ground. Make sure that there's not a huge gap from your lower back to the floor, so you just begin to feel your lower back pressing down and your inner thighs just drop open. And if you feel like closing your eyes, you're welcome to, or just pick a spot, a drishti point. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And at the top of the breath, exhale out through your mouth. One more time. Take a big, full, deep breath in. Take a loud, deep exhale breath out. And then seal your lips and begin the breath that we need to use throughout the practice. Ujjayi breathing. Inhale through the nose, through the back of your throat. Exhale through the nose, through the back of your throat. And just let your breath move as smoothly, as steadily as you possibly can this morning. And it's almost virtually impossible to stick to that breath the entire time, but we just do our best. Open your eyes if they're not already open. Take your feet flat to the floor like you're going to set up for a bridge pose. Anchor the feet. Make sure the thighs are engaged. Reach your arms forward and pause. So just some basic Pilates roll-up type abdominal stuff to start this morning. So when you lift here, you're not pulling with your neck, you're lifting your shoulder blades and scooping out your belly, and you feel your feet flat on the floor. Good. Keep reaching forward, lift your legs on an angle that works. Yeah, they could be more straight up towards the sky if this doesn't feel good for the low back. Lower back is pressing down, lower belly is scooping up though, and you're just reaching your arms forward and the breath is flowing. Take your feet back down to the floor. See if you can lift a little higher, not from your neck, from your core. Exhale the breath, let it go. So a bunch of times this morning, pull yourself up, lift your legs on an angle and really slow it down if you can. I know that's hard for a lot of us. Rebend your legs, anchor your feet, lift higher, exhale the breath, let it go. Lift yourself up, lift your legs on an angle, lower the legs back down, anchor your feet, see if you can lift a little higher. Exhale the breath, let it go. Keep it going. Pull yourself up. Lift your legs on an angle, pause. Lower your legs down. If you can tap your heels, that's great. If it's just an inch or two that you lower, that's fine. Lift them back up to that angle. Rebend the legs. Lift higher. Exhale the breath, let it go. Pull yourself up. Stay with me. Just do what you can. Lift your legs on an angle, pause, slow it down. Lower your legs, even if it's an inch, 2 inches, all the way down is going to be the most intense to tap the heels. Lift the legs back up on that angle. Rebend the legs. Lift higher. Exhale the breath, let it go. Keep it going. Pull yourself up. Lift your legs on an angle. Lower the legs down. Tap them if you can. Lift them back up on an angle. Rebend the legs. Lift higher. Exhale the breath, let it go. Hug the knees to the chest. Give them a big squeeze. Rock and roll several times. Like get some momentum across the spine, cross your ankles. Good. Just sit up nice and tall. I'm going to turn towards you. You can stay facing that direction. Bring your legs in as tight as you can so one shin is in front of the other. It doesn't matter which one. Bring your arms straight up towards the sky. Inhale your breath. Exhale as you begin to come forward. Turn your fingers down and scoop out the fingers, like cup the fingers to the ground. Let your head go. Flex your feet a lot. Yeah, that's it. And then move your seat back and let your spine just kind of drape down. Let your head go. Now, keeping your body where it is, start to walk your scooped out hands over to the right just a little bit. Not your whole body, just your arms. And just feel that. Good. Come back through center and just walk a little bit to the left. So just feeling a stretch along the side of your body as you stay anchored, your feet are flexed. Come back through center, pull yourself up and just switch the legs for a second. Just switch whatever leg and tighten it up. Bring them really tight and close and then flex your feet. Good. So it's like crisscross applesauce. Bring your arms up, find the extension, cup the hands out, reach out, and then come forward and just take a moment. So this is an alternative sometimes to like a double pigeon. This is just a nice way to begin to feel your body. Keep the cupped hands, keep moving your seat back, and then just walk your hands a little to the left, just a little to the left. Yeah. And then start to walk through center, and then just go a little to the right. And if you screwed it up, it doesn't matter. You should just feel the side body staying long. Your whole body is not lifting. It's just a subtle movement. Come back to center. Pull yourself up. Now you're facing the front of the mat, so just rock forward, plant your hands, and set yourself up for your first downward facing dog. Yeah, so your hands are a little bit out in front of you. You curl your toes into the mat, lift your hips up high, and then find the appropriate distance for you. I'm gonna look at all your down dogs. So do your best down dog. Let your head go. And look at your hands. It's always good to make sure your index fingers are facing forward, the creases of the wrists are forward. And it's pretty much cold everywhere. So bend behind your knees and give yourself a little bit of, yes, a break. Little bend behind your knees is very helpful for lifting your hips up off your shoulders. These all look really good. You may practice with your knees bent the entire time. And then just be still. Once you find the down dog that kind of supports what you need right here, just be still. Find stillness. Plug down. The goal is to really straighten out the spine. So lift your hips, breathe them up off your shoulders, and lengthen the best that you can, letting your head just drop. And if you're having difficulty with finding a focal point, just pick a speck to focus on. Draw your attention there. Wrap your outer triceps in as you plug your fingers down into the mat. Spread your toes wide. It's going to give you a little stretch to the fronts of the shins, which is nice. And then roll forward to your first plank. Remember the modification, guys. You can always drop your knees down at any given point. It's not about powerhousing through these poses. The truth is, the more the advanced practice is just being in these basic poses and really learning to sustain and hold. It's not so much of walking on our hands and doing backflips. It's being able to find these poses and hold. So bring your eyes a little forward to the front edge of your mat. Feel your outer arms plug in. Feel your chest, your heart move a little bit more forward towards the front edge of your mat. And I'll encourage you this morning to bring your weight forward onto the balls of your toes. Contract your thighs. Draw your waist in and up. Hold. Inhale the breath. Exhale, run a little more energy from the crown of the head to the heels and vice versa. Plug down to create more space. Keep your eyes moving forward. Bend your elbows in half or drop your knees for supported chaturanga. Do what you need or just hold plank. Lead with your heart and chest for an up dog if it's available, or baby cobra. The goal is to anchor through the tops of the feet and point your toes. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Let it go. Look to the top of the towel or mat. Step your feet to the top. 1, 2. Long spine on the inhale. Hands can come to the front of your shins. Feet can be a little separated. Exhale, fold over your legs. Do that again. Long spine, hands either to the front of your shins or lining up with your toes. Exhale, fold over your legs, bend behind your knees as much as you need. Let your head go. Root to rise, come all the way up, anchor. Drag your hands to prayer at heart and stand tall. So you can either practice with your feet a little bit separated today or together. Arms by side body, just stand up, let the shoulders draw down the back, contract the thighs. Find your best posture. Breathe through the front side of your body. Here we go. Slide the arms straight up towards the sky, look up a little. Dive over bent knees, forward fold, let your head go. Come to the fingertips, long spine. This allows you to prepare, look forward a little. Plant your palms. 2 big steps to get you back to plank. Once you get to plank, you opt for push-ups if they're in your practice. Bend your elbows in half to a slow push-up chaturanga. Pull yourself through a slow up dog. So a lot of us are cold. We got to give ourselves time. Hips up and back, downward facing. Let your head go. You almost want to feel like you're moving in slow motion. We kind of feel like that to begin with. Let your head go. Look where you want to go. Just step. Alternate the feet. Top of mat. Long spine on the inhale breath. Exhale, fold over yourself again. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to heart center, stand up tall. Here we go. Arms reach up, dive over bent knees, forward fold, let your head go. Come to the fingertips, long spine, plant your palms. 2 big steps to get you back to the back of the mat. Once you arrive, bend your elbows for a slow push-up. Good, Amy. Pull yourself through a slow up dog. Pull the chest through the body, point your toes, nice. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Look where you want to go. You can step. If you prefer to float this morning, just do it safely, top of mat. Long spine, exhale, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Hands to prayer at heart. Let your arms go. Keep moving. Arms reach up, anchor, dive over bent knees, forward fold. Come to the fingertips, long spine. Plant your palms, step, or float. If you're going to float back, you must land with bent elbows into a chaturanga. Pull yourself to an up dog. Press through the hands, the tops of the feet, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Plug down, look where you want to go. Step or float, light to the top. Long spine on the inhale. Exhale, fold over yourself. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag your hands to prayer at heart, drop your arms. One more, reach up big. Dive again over those bent knees. Come to the fingertips, long spine. You can step, you can float through your vinyasa. Pull yourself through an up dog if you're enjoying that. Nice, hips up and back, downward facing dog. In your down dog, roll forward to plank and pause. Yeah, hug your right knee to your navel. Scoop out your belly, drag your knee and your forehead a little closer. Your arms are straight up and down, your back leg is solid and straight. And you're drawing your right knee straight in. Plug down, look forward, glide your right foot forward and through. Yeah, come to your fingertips and pause. Remind yourself that anytime we lunge, you can always drop your back knee if you need a little less intensity for today. This may actually feel better for some of you. Come to your fingertips. Reach your arms back and hover. So back leg is long and strong. Your front leg is bent in half. You're reaching your arms back like a swimmer's pose, and your palms are facing down. Steer your right hip back, activate your back leg. Grip the outer hips in, sweep your arms out and up, high lunge. So as you come up for your high lunge, your hip points are forward, your arms activate up, yeah, and your gaze goes forward. So the motions that we're gonna do right here are gonna be very slow. Begin to straighten your front leg about 3/4 of the way. Yeah, rebend the front leg. Drop your left thigh down now so your knee hovers the mat. Re-straighten the left leg. So straighten out your right leg 3/4 of the way so it doesn't go pin straight. Feel the weight in your heel. Rebend the front right thigh in half. Drop your left knee so the thigh goes more forward and the knee hovers the ground. Re-straighten the leg. Pause, look forward and hold. High lunge, crescent lunge. Hands come down to frame your front foot. You're gonna feed your right leg back and through. If you're in the bathroom, be careful that you don't hit a countertop. Extend your right leg back and through, 3-legged down dog. Your hips are squared. Let your head go. Firm your inner and outer thighs and don't open your hip here. Flex your foot. Good. Now bend at your knee crease and pause. Lift from the thigh. Try not to open the hip. Just keep the thigh really squared off. Flex the foot. Draw the left heel a little closer to the ground and hug your left hip in. So your pelvis is really neutral. Nothing's open, everything's squared. Begin to look forward, draw the knee back in, land the right foot forward and through. Turn your back foot on a strong angle. Anchor to rise, warrior one. Warrior one. Steer your right hip back and your left thigh forward. Bend deep into your right front thigh. Yeah, energetically reach the arms up. Good, so now I want you to really sit into the front right thigh. Bring your arms straight forward. Wrap your left arm underneath your right arm for eagle arms. You're in warrior one legs with eagle arms. Yeah, and just pause here. Outer blade of your back foot is really secure into the mat. You press down really firm. Steer your right hip back, your left waist forward. Inhale your breath. Look through the space, like if there was a space in between your forearms, that's where you want to look. Sit a little deeper. Sweep your arms out and up. Energetically reach through your fingertips. And now drop your arms by your side body. Clasp your hands behind your back. Inhale your breath. Exhale, come forward for a humble warrior. So a couple different ways to take humble. You can have your stomach more resting on the front of your thigh, but your hips are squared towards the front skinny edge of your mat. You can also come down and snuggle your right shoulder to the instep of your right leg, but don't open your hips. Keep steering the left ribs forward. So pick one that works. Let your head go if you're going down a little deeper, and just be here. 3 more breaths. Begin to feel your breath as it moves through your body. Grip your right hip underneath you. Press firm through your feet. Anchor through your feet and your legs. Pull your torso back up. Unravel your arms to the sky. Traditional warrior 1. Hands to frame your front foot. Plank position. So as you arrive in your plank, a slow push-up or just hold. Bend your elbows in half or support with your knees down. Pull yourself through a firm up dog, press to the tops of the feet, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Roll forward to plank. Take your left knee and draw it towards your navel, hug in. So draw the left leg in, scoop out the belly and see if you can bring your forehead to your knee. Fire up your arms a little bit more, plug down. Now look forward, land your left foot forward and through. Come to your fingertips, you're in a low lunge. Give yourself the option to drop your knee down if it feels better and more supportive. Reach your arms back like a set of airplane wings. My legs are in warrior, low crescent lunge and my arms back. Steer the left hip back, the right thigh. Activate it strong. Press firm through your legs. From your hips, sweep your arms out and up. High lunge, crescent lunge. Begin to straighten out your left leg 3/4 of the way, so don't let it go pin straight. Look forward with your eyes. Rebend your left thigh. Try not to sit into the joint of the knee. Drop your right knee so it hovers. Good. Refire up from your hamstring. Try it again. Straighten your left leg about 3/4 of the way. Rebend the left thigh. Drop your right knee so it hovers. Right thigh is forward. Knee is hovering. Fire up from your hamstring and your glute. Hold, crescent lunge. Look up a little with your eyes. Hands to frame the floor. Good. Float the left leg back and through 3-legged down dog. Don't open the hips. Inner left thigh turns down. Back leg is strong. Grip your hips in. So it's like warrior 3 hips. Hug the outer triceps and plug down. Bend at your knee crease, pause. Lift from the thigh, don't open the hip. So as you lift your left thigh straight up, flex the foot, and see if you can draw your right heel closer to the ground. So more of a stretch to the back side. Draw the belly in. Keep the bend of the leg, begin to look forward. Hug the knee back towards the navel. Land the left foot forward, turn the back foot strong. Steer the hips back, warrior 1. Here we go, come up. Warrior 1. Steer the left hip back, the right waist forward. Get your feet set up nice and strong, and then bring your arms straight forward like you're handing a tray to someone. Wrap your right arm underneath your left for eagle arms. If you think you mixed up the arms, just do the arm you didn't stretch yet. Lift the elbows up. Steer the left hip back, the right waist and thigh forward. And then really sit into the front left thigh. Feel the weight in your heel. Rather than tugging down on the arms, lift the elbows up. Unravel the arms to the sky for a moment, and then drop your arms by the side body. Clasp the hands behind the back, opposite thumb, opposite pinky finger. Inhale the breath, lift the chest. Exhale, come forward for humble warrior. So it's hard to see. Next time I'll wear fancy bright pants, but make sure that your stomach is either resting on the thigh or you're getting in there, but you're not opening the hips. The hips stay square towards the front edge. Let the head go. Grip your left hip underneath you. Keep turning the right waist forward. Let the head go. And then if you have the hands clasped, you can see if you can drop them down a little bit more. Last 2 breaths. Press firm through your feet. Begin to lift your torso. Keep the legs bent in Warrior One. Sweep the arms up. Traditional Warrior One. Look up with your eyes. Hands to frame your front foot. Step to a plank. Bend your elbows in half chaturanga. Drag yourself to the up dog. Point your toes. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Look where you want to go. Step or float your feet to the top. Long spine on the inhale breath. Exhale, fold. Sit into a chair pose, our most beloved posture, chair. It's mind over matter in this pose. You can do this with your feet hips width. The back is sensitive. You can always place a block in between your thighs. But draw your seat back and drop your thighs. Straighten your arms from your elbows to your fingertips. And then press to stand. Drag your hands to prayer. Drop your arms. Here we go, guys. 3 sun Bs. Stretch the arms up. Sit into chair. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Let your head go. Come to the fingertips, long spine. Step or float through your vinyasa. Pull yourself through an up dog. Hips up and back, downward facing. Land your right foot forward. Turn your back foot strong, Warrior One. If this is too fast, you slow it down. Warrior One, just do your best. Hands to frame your front foot, plank position. Bend your elbows in half chaturanga, upward facing point. Hips up and back, downward facing. Keep moving, left foot forward, back foot strong. Warrior One. Nice, Nancy. Feel your back right foot press firm. Hands to frame your front foot, plank position. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, point your toes. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Be still. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Amy, bring your hands a little bit closer together, just a tiny bit. Make sure the index fingers are forward. Look where you want to go. Step or float, feet to the top. Long spine on the inhale. Nice, Kristen. Exhale, fold. Sit into chair. Weight moves into your heels. Yeah, your arms can be as wide as they need if your shoulders feel, not so good. Press up to stand. Drag your hands to prayer. Drop your arms, let it go. Here we go. Slide the arms straight up towards the sky. Sit again into a chair pose. You guys look good. Really sit. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Come to the fingertips, long spine. Step, step, or float through your vinyasa. You can always just work through a down dog. Once you get to your down dog, land your right foot forward. Turn your back foot strong. Warrior One, come on up. Hands come down, plank position. Chaturanga. Upward facing point. Hips up and back, downward facing. Left foot forward, back foot strong. Warrior One. Some days it feels great. Some days it's a struggle just to do this. Wherever you are is fine. Hands to the floor, plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing, point your toes. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Leave it behind. Plug down, look where you want to go. Step or float, feet to the top. Long spine on the inhale. Keep the weight forward if you can. Exhale, fold. Sit again into a chair. Weight moves into your heels. Press up to stand. Drag it to prayer at heart center. Drop your arms. One more. Here we go. Slide the arms up. Sit deep chair. They should start to get a little bit more comfortable. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Come to the fingertips, long spine. Plant your palms. Step, step, or float through your vinyasa. Up dog should feel pretty smooth. Hips up and back, downward facing. Right foot forward, back foot strong, Warrior One. Just keep moving the best you can. A little bit more hips width distance, some of you, with your feet. Hands to the floor, plank position. Chaturanga. Upward facing. Activate your legs. Look up with your eyes. Hips up and back, downward facing. Left foot forward, back foot strong, Warrior One. Hands come down. Vinyasa or right to a dog, whatever you're feeling, but meet us there. Downward facing dog is where we are. Let your head go. Good. Look forward in between your hands. Step your right foot smack in between your hands. Turn your back foot strong and cartwheel open to a warrior two. Warrior two. So if you're not sure where your feet should be, you want your right foot forward, heel to heel or heel to arch. And then your torso straight up and down. Your arms are energetically reaching across your body. Yeah. So if your torso is turning a little bit to the front or to the back, see if you can straighten it out. Yeah. And then hold. Turn up the inner part of your right thigh to the outside of the baby toe. Lengthen your tailbone. Close your eyes, 5 breaths. Hold. See if you can just kind of relax into the posture. Let your breath, your Ujjayi breath, lead the way. Keep running a lot of energy through your arms. Start to straighten out your right leg 3/4 of the way. 3/4 of the way, so don't go pin straight with your front right leg. Rebend your right leg, sit a little deeper. Lean forward with your right hand, resting on the top of the thigh, stretch your left arm up. Start with this. So your right arm is resting on the top of the thigh. It's very light. Your left arm is stretching up or coming forward. Grip your right hip underneath you, turn your bottom ribs, and look up. So this may be where you stay for this morning's practice. If you'd like to reach down and reach for the outer blade of your foot or utilize a block, place it any direction that works for you. This is a variation of extended side angle. So using a block to the outside of your foot or just opting for your arm staying on your thigh today. Turn your bottom ribs up. Grip your hip in. If having the arm wrapping forward, such as I'm doing, doesn't feel good, just go straight up. Feel the strength of your back leg. Feel your right hip gripping underneath you. Hold. Feel your outer right thigh press firmly into the inside of your right arm. Straight line of energy from your left foot to your left fingertips. We're staying a little longer. Good. Look down. Circle both hands to frame your front foot. Peel your left heel. Move your block to the front. Come to your fingertips here. Crisscross your feet. Your left shin is coming in front of your right shin. Left shin comes in front of your right shin. Your baby toes are together. Your heels come apart. You're at the top of the mat. Come to the fingertips, long spine. Exhale, fold over your legs. Good. Walk your hands a little bit to the left, just a little bit to the left. Let your head go. Keep your weight forward. Walk your hands a little through center. Walk them a little to the right. Let the head stay heavy down and your hips stay over your heels. So it's not a dramatic move, it's just little movements. Keep breathing. You should begin to feel this through the sides of your body. Come back to center, just pause for a moment. So when you're in center here, come to your fingertips, your hands underneath your shoulders. You're gonna reach for a block and we're moving to a half moon. So place your block any direction that you know is gonna work for you. Right foot's gonna stay forward, block underneath right shoulder, unravel your left leg and extend open half moon. So just do the best you can. Right foot forward, hugging your right hip underneath you. Lifting from your inner thigh and stacking your two shoulders nicely up and down. Your left hand needs to be on your hip this morning, that's fine. The hardest part of this is to keep your right foot forward. Turn your bottom ribs and then look up. Spark up your left toes and then maybe get a little lighter in your bottom hand. Maybe come to 3 fingers or 2 fingers. Or maybe your balance sucks today and you need to go to the wall. You can lean against a wall or a person. Stay with it. Keep gripping your right hip in. It's like Tadasana. Keep lifting from your inner thigh. Last 2 breaths. We're transitioning slowly. The transition is important to triangles. So keep your right foot where it is. Move your block with you if you know you need it. You could go to the outside of the calf and you step right into a triangle pose. And if it wasn't the most beautiful thing, no one's judging you. Right hand to your shin or high up if you need less of intensity. Side body is long, legs are straight, arms are straight. Look up with your eyes. Hug your inner and outer thighs in. Press firm through your feet. Lift from your waist. You got it. Look down, circle both hands to frame your front foot. Let your left heel pop up. Walk your right foot to the right. Left palm's gonna go flat, or maybe you utilize a block for an easy twist. Grip your right hip in. Stack the 2 shoulders nicely up and down. Back knee can always drop if this is too intense. Hug your right hip underneath you. Sit deep into your front thigh. You're in an easy twist, which is just a low lunge with a twist. Pay a lot of attention to your left arm. Firm up your left arm. Press firm into the ground. Roll to the outer blade and slide into a side plank Vashisthasana. If you need to modify this morning, drop the bottom knee. Slide the 2 hips so they're up and down on top of one another. Reach the right arm up. Spark up your toes. Create a lot of energy for yourself. Look up. Look down, plank position. Bend your elbows in half, chaturanga. Pull yourself through a clean up dog. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Nice work. From your down dog, look in between your hands. Step your left foot smack in between your hands. Turn your back foot strong. Cartwheel open, warrior 2. Don't give yourself the opportunity to check out. Straighten out your feet. Turn your back toes in a little. Energetically find the center line of your body and reach across. And then let yourself settle in. Maybe close your eyes. The left thigh wants to turn in, so roll it open. Lengthen the tailbone and let yourself just arrive here. Stay with it. More breath, more feeling. Try not to run away from the sensation. It's just a feeling. It will go away. Sit a little deeper, guys. Keep a lot of energy through your arms. Begin to straighten your left leg 3/4 of the way. Just 3/4 of the way. Keep your side body straight up and down. Rebend the left thigh. Rest your left arm on the top of your left thigh. Slide your right arm up or wrap it forward. Do this to start. Check in. Soften the left shoulder. Grip your left hip glute underneath you. Looks good, Patty. Turn the bottom ribs. This may be where you stay, or you can reach down, reach for a block outside of the foot for the A variation. If your arm is reaching forward, the baby finger is turning towards the ground. So you've got the straight line of energy from the blade of your right foot all the way through your right fingertips. Look up. If you feel like your left leg is moving away from your left arm, if your hand is down on the ground, roll your inner thigh open. Stay with it. So the last little bit is when we tense up. You're doing fine. Two more. Look down, circle the right hand to the floor, move your block to the front. You're in a low lunge. You're just going to spring your right foot forward and cross the shins. So your right shin crosses in front of your left. Your baby toes are together. Bend behind the knees as much as you need. Come to your fingertips and then fold. Bend behind your knees as much as you need. So you're just crisscrossed at the feet and you're in a forward fold. Keep the weight moving forward. Let your head just go heavy towards the ground. And then keep that and start to walk those cup fingertips a little bit to the right, just a little bit today. Don't let your hips move. Keep them over your heels. Good, and then walk through center and explore with going a little bit to the left. Let the head go. Keep breathing through it. Come back to center, pause. So your cup fingertips are directly underneath your shoulders. You're gonna reach for this block, set it up for as high as you need for your half moon. Focus on your left foot, really keeping it strong and straight, and then start to unravel into your half moon. And notice how it's not gonna be perfect. It never will be. So resetting if you need to, gripping your left hip in, and then sliding yourself up. Stack the hips, stack the arms, and then look up with your eyes. And if you fall, you just come back again. Grip your left hip underneath you, stack the two shoulders. You gotta work it out. We're all working it out together. Lighten the load of your bottom hand. If you feel like all the weight is dumping into your wrist, maybe come to your fingertips. Broaden across the collarbone, spark up your right toes, and then hang in there. Last little bit. Keep focusing on your left foot, gripping the hip in. The transition will be slow. If you need your block for triangle, move it with you. Giant step back, see if you can slide right into triangle. I like my hand on my shin, but it's up to you. Back foot is definitely turned forward a little. Right arm reaches up, look up. Yes. It's a little twist from your bottom ribs. Nice, Dara. A little more breath, a little bit more energy. Press firm through your feet and see if you can feel your inner and outer thighs spark up. Look to the floor, circle the hands down. You're going to an easy twist with the left leg forward. So your left leg is forward. You can use a block if you like. Right palm flat, left arm open, easy twist. Grip your left hip in, stack the two shoulders, back leg strong. And then focus a lot of energy on your right hand. If you're on a block, you're gonna need to kick it out of the way. Grip your right tricep underneath you. Begin to turn your right foot and slide into a side plank. Drop your bottom knee if you need to, lift from your bottom hip, stack the two shoulders, look up. You can always reset too. Side plank Vashisthasana. Your right hand is about an inch further forward than your shoulder. Look up with your eyes, stay with it. Plank position, Chaturanga Dandasana. Drag yourself to an up dog, point your toes. From your hips, up and back, downward facing dog. From your down dog, land your right foot forward, come to a crescent lunge, please. Crescent lunge, sweep your arms out and up. Look forward with your eyes. Drag your hands to a prayer. Inhale your breath, hook the elbow, take it to the right and twist. Grip your right hip underneath you, activate your back leg. And then the sensation is that you're leaning back a little bit so the crown of the head lines up with your back left heel. Open up your arms if you want a little bit more here, or just stay as you are. Crown of the head, moving forward. Back leg strong. Feel the right heel pressing firm. Feel the back left hip and glute activating firmly. Twist open. Give it a little bit more. Look down, place both hands to frame your front foot. Scoot your right foot to the center, spring your left foot forward, sit into a chair pose, move your weight into your heels. Sit deep into your chair. Slide your hands to a prayer. Inhale your breath. Take the twist the same direction. So hook your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh and get in there. And it's really good to get in the habit of looking down at your feet, your shins, your knees, and making sure they're all lined up. If your whole body takes a turn, that's going to put a lot of pressure on your lower back. Move the weight into your heels and get in there. Open up your arms if you want a little bit more. Look up. So we got to dig deep. Weight stays back in your heels, thighs moving back. Keep the strong legs, pull around to a chair. Energetically reach your arms up. So as you press to stand, hug your right knee to your navel. So you're just standing strong on your left leg. Your right leg is flexed, your thighs engage, and your arms are reaching up. So if you're lost, you're standing on your left leg, right leg bent in half. Arms reach forward, you're gonna wrap your right arm underneath your left arm. Wrap your right thigh around your left thigh for eagle pose. You don't need to wrap your foot around your calf if it doesn't make it. Just wrap the thighs. Move the weight into your heels and sit like you're sitting in a really awesome chair pose. Steer your hips back, lift your elbows up, look forward. Try to visualize a straight line of energy from your fingertips to your knees to your toes. Sit a little deeper. Squeeze your legs really tight. Just unravel your arms. Just unravel your arms. As you press to stand, do what we did before. Hug the right knee in. So you're just standing back the way that we were before. Flex the right leg strong. If you want, you can straighten out your right leg. Lift from your inner thigh. Float the right leg back. Crescent lunge. And if it didn't work out, you bring your hands down and you reset your feet. Yeah, because it's just yoga. We're not doing brain surgery. And then you come back up. And here we are. Welcome to the left side. Drag your hands to prayer. Inhale your breath. Hook the elbow. Take the twist. Lean back a little bit. Yeah, look up. Rather than looking back, I find when we look back, we round. So look back, look to the side or just look up. Yeah. Amy, try widening your stance. It may help. Like when I say widen it, walk your left foot over a little bit wider, and it's going to give you more space with your pelvis to twist. Open up your arms if you want more. There you go. Grip your left hip underneath you. Activate your back leg. Last little bit. Aren't we having a jolly old time? Look down. Place both hands to frame your left foot. Pause. Walk the left foot to the center. Spring your right foot forward to meet. Sit into chair. Weight moves into your heels. Give it what you can here. Bring your hands to a prayer. Inhale that breath. Hook the elbow. Turn to the left. And then just pay attention to the right side that it's not wrapping forward. Dig the weight into your heels. Yeah, get in there. Open up your arms if you want more, just stay. Shins move back, weight moves into your heels, thighs move back, eyes go up. Spread your toes a little wider. Move the weight deep into your heels, pull around to your chair. Pull around strong to chair. Really firm up your arms. Now as you press to stand, stand on your right leg and hug your left knee in without actually grabbing it. Just flex the left thigh and the toes and stand up. 90-degree angle. Wrap the left arm underneath the right arm. Wrap your left leg around your right for eagle. Eagle. Standing on your right foot, you're in an eagle pose. Steer your hips back, weight stays in your heels. Lift your elbows. Squeeze down the center line of your body and look forward. Sit a little deeper. Good. Really squeeze the legs tight, tight, tight. Just unravel your arms. Just unravel your arms. As you press out of it, press out the same way you went in. Stand on your right leg and flex your left thigh and your flexed left toes. Lift up out of your waist. If you want to try straightening out your left leg, go straight with it. Lift from the inner thigh. Keep lifting the side of the body up. Look forward. Glide your left leg back the best that you can. Crescent lunge, right side. Oh yeah. Hands come down to frame your right foot. You're gonna bump your back foot in, straighten the leg, walk your right foot a little to the right, bring your hands on your hips and come up. So you've got a 3-foot distance between your 2 feet. Yeah, so arrange it so you have hips width distance and about 3 feet. Right hand on hip, left arm extends up. We're setting up a twisting triangle. Inhale the breath, come halfway down. Steer your right hip back, reach for your block, definitely needed here. Place it to the instep of your foot. Yeah, place your right hand on the flat part of your back, begin to open, twisting triangle. You got it, Erica. Very nice. Yeah. So Kristen, move your hips back like someone's got you by a bungee cord. Nancy, it looks good. Press firm into that front shin. Energetically feel your tricep fire up. And then create more space from the tailbone to the crown of your head. So you're really using your abdominal muscles to support that low back. Press firm through your back foot as you twist a little bit more. Really nice work. Beautiful, Tracy. Stay with it. Two more. Look down, place both hands to the floor. You pick plank position to a chaturanga or just to a down dog. You're gonna go through the vinyasa, enjoy the up dog. Nice work. Hips up and back, downward facing. Step your left foot forward, just bump your back foot in. Arrange your feet, bring your hands to your hips, come halfway up, come the rest of the way up. The same thing goes here. Left hand stays on your hip, right arm energetically reaches up. Steer the hips back, your right foot is almost pointed completely forward. Come halfway down, come the rest of the way down. So you could use a block to the instep or your hand can rest on your shin. I really like this actually, it feels great. Your hand presses firm into the shin, your arm is straight. Your alignment is first and foremost, and then you work from there. Grip the hips underneath you, stack the body the best that you can. If your left arm can go up, that's wonderful. If not, just keep it here. Good. Hug your hips underneath you. Use the strength of your obliques to twist open more. Elevate with your breath. Last little. Press firm through your feet. Look down. Plank position. When you get to your plank, bend your elbows again, chaturanga. Pull yourself through an up dog. Activate your legs and your feet. Hips up and back, downward facing. From your downward facing dog, just drop your forearms right down. And what I find is you have to move your hands in a little closer. So forearms down, hips stay high for Dolphin Pose. So Dolphin Pose is essentially a down dog on your forearms. Walk your feet a little bit closer in. Stay here. If you'd like to try something else, extend your right leg up, hip height. Bend at your knee crease like we did before. Lift from your inner thigh. Don't open your hips. See if you can really feel your inner thighs working and lengthen the left side of your body. Left heel melts closer to the ground. Hug your shoulders and your hips towards the mat. Re-extend the right leg, lower to the floor. Try the left side. Lift from your inner thigh. Don't open your hip. Bend at your knee crease. Flex the foot. Re-straighten the left leg. Lower the foot back down. Last 5 breaths, Dolphin Pose. Walk out to a forearm plank. I won't hold you too long. Forearm plank, guys. Your elbows wrap in, your hands are flat. Forearm plank, engage the navel to the back of the spine. Wrap the sides of the triceps in and hold. Lower all the way to your bellies for Sphinx Pose. Walk your elbows out a little further. Sphinx Pose is a very passive back bend. So your elbows are not underneath you. They're a little bit more forward. And I like my feet hips width distance. You got it. Slide your chest through your body. It's like a little back bend. And just look forward with your eyes. You should feel your stomach getting a little stretch and almost the energy of your mat moving towards you. Look down. As you lower down, you're going to bring your arms like this. You're going to cross your forearms on top of one another. Bring your forehead to those forearms. Anchor the feet into the mat. Press the forearms to the forehead. Inhale your breath. Anchor your feet and lift just your forehead and your forearms, staying together like glue up off the floor. Stretch your feet and your legs back. Lift a little higher. Exhale the breath, lower down. Switch the forearms, the opposite forearm on top of the other. Keep your feet hips width distance, anchor your legs. Really let your legs stretch towards the back of the mat. You got it. Take a deep breath in, keep your legs down and lift up. Really nice. Keep pressing your head into your forearms. Lift a little higher. Exhale the breath, lower down. So when you come down onto the floor this time, slide your arms straight back. Reach them flat down so the palms go flat. Take a giant breath in. Exhale the breath. Lift your chest, just your chest up. Keep pressing your hands and your feet down. Then lift your hands up. So then the shoulders move back. Then lift your legs up. Maybe feet lift a little, maybe shins lift, maybe knees, maybe thighs. Lift a little higher. Try not to crank from your neck. This is a spine exercise. Lift a little higher. Exhale the breath, lower down. Slide your hands underneath your shoulders and press to a child's pose. There's one we haven't done. Child's pose. Curl the toes under, downward facing dog. From your down dog, look in between your hands, hop your feet all the way through and lay down on your backs. When you hit the mat and you lay down, move your block with you. 2 more back bends. As you lay down and you set up for this, fingertips skim the backs of your heels. Lift your tailbone up for bridge. Clasp your hands and shimmy your shoulders underneath you. Make sure your thighs don't turn open. Yeah. Good. Erica, try clasping your hands like you would. Yeah, like you could shimmy your shoulders. There you go. Perfect. Nice. Stay with this or move on. Flip your palms. Bring your chin to your chest. Take a giant breath in, and on the exhale breath, you're going to lift up full wheel. If you're not into full wheel, just stay in bridge or supported bridge. If it's a struggle to get up, that's kind of a sign from the yoga gods to back out. Yeah, some days we just aren't meant to do more. Kristen, walk your feet a little closer. There you go. And then wrap your hands around the block. Perfect. Good. If you went all the way up, you can come down. You want to try it one more time, you can. You need more space, Erica. I could show you in the carpool line in 20 minutes. Haha. Yeah. Exhale the breath. Nice, Amy. Start to work down nice and slow. If your legs are straight up and the block's underneath you, you must lower your legs down first. Get your feet secured to the floor, and then remove the block from underneath you. When you hit the ground, your lower back comes down on the floor. Take a deep breath in. Hug your knees to your chest. So give your knees a big squeeze in. Grab the outer blades of your feet for a happy baby. Pull the knees down around the rib cage. Lengthen the tailbone, broaden across the upper shoulders. Hug the knees to the chest, rock and roll up to a seated position. So we're gonna conclude this morning's practice with double pigeon. So double pigeon. Yeah, I'm gonna turn towards you. If you're not into double pigeon, single pigeon is always available. We'll start with our right leg underneath. I'm gonna line it up to the front of the mat. The left ankle is gonna cross over. So you can stay on your back. You're welcome to do that. You can go into a single pigeon. What I'm showing right here is double pigeon. The 2 shins, it's also called fire log, line up. Now you may have a big gap in between your thigh and your foot. Don't worry, it's okay. Inhale the breath, lift the chest, flex your feet strong. Stretch your arms up and then reach forward like we did before and see if you can melt into it. If you have a little pillow or a block, you can place it in between your foot and your thigh. You could try that, Dara. I like that. Give it a whirl. I can't see if you have anything there. Yeah. Yeah. Flex your feet and fold. We're going to be here for 30 seconds on this side. Start to come up. Unravel the legs. You're going to do the other side. If you're on your back or you're in single pigeon, just switch. Left shin will be on the bottom now. Right leg's going to come up. And I can already tell that this side is a little happier than the other side, but still you can utilize a block or a pillow in between the space of your knee and your foot. What's important is both feet stay very flexed to protect the knees. Stretch the arms up and then come forward. And if coming forward is not something that's available, just sit up. Just sit up and breathe into your outer hips. Flex your feet strong. I'll be quiet for the next 30 to 40 seconds. Start to come up nice and slow. Unravel your legs. Stretch your legs straight forward, but what I want you to do today is just keep them so they're hips width. Flex your feet. So your legs are hips width, they're not all the way together. Stretch the arms straight up and then start to come forward. If you can grab the base of your feet, that's great. If you can't, just rest your hands down and let yourself fold. So feet are hips width distance, legs are hips width distance. I find this really nice for the low back. Let the head go. And then come up nice and slow. Lower yourselves down onto your back. Set up for Savasana, the most difficult pose to take at home, the most important pose for your central nervous system. So if people are bothering you, tell them 2 more minutes. Lay all the way down. Yep, they'll be fine. Turn your palms open. Turn your feet open. Close your eyes. Let your breath just go. Nothing needed here. Just complete rest. Big full breath in. Loud, complete exhale, breath out. Arms reach up towards the back edge of your mat. Really stretch like you're just waking up. New start to the day right here. Hug your knees to your chest. If you don't need to re-enter the world, then by all means, just stay down. Rock yourself up to seat. Sit up nice and tall. And as you come up and you kind of exit out from this practice, just feel the effects of this morning's flow and how you feel. Let your hands come to prayer, bow your head. Most importantly, have some gratitude for yourself always. Lift your head, open your eyes. Namaste. Nice work, everyone. Awesome practice. See you soon. Let me know if you have any questions.